My name is Max Kitchings. Welcome to Flies Like. Hello everybody, today on this episode of Flies Like, I'm joined by Mike Mr. Smith once again, and Blake Loggins. Mike, what are you rated? How far do you throw?
975, throw about 500 feet.
Blake, what are you rated? How far do you throw?
953 and 400.
And I'm 938 rated, and I throw in the 4 to 450 ballpark. So we're going to be testing out the Clash disc today. We're going to be doing the mint, the popcorn, and the berry, and kind of comparing them to some other more popular molds so you can see how they fly. And then we'll give our thoughts at the end.
This is the Clash Discs popcorn in the steady plastic. And I'm going to try and throw it flat, maybe on a slight hyzer.
Prototype steady popcorn. That's cool. I'm gonna try and throw it on some Anheuser. I'm not gonna try to throw it too hard. I wanted to actually see if it'll fight out some. Let's see what it does. Fusion Burst Warden. Eclipse 2.0.
So good.
Envy. Um, 400 PA3. Version 2 Gold X Kristen Tatar Pure. What's your final thoughts on the puppycorn?
So the popcorn for me flew very similar to the Warden, so a little bit less overstable than like the Tomb, the Entropy, and whatever the other one we threw was. Or that
the Envy
and something else. And then it was a little more overstable than the Pure. But it was a nice neutral flying putter. Pretty much just held the release angle the whole time.
I thought it flew like the Warden, but it's got a lot of glide to it. Definitely not as stable as I thought it'd be. I don't like it.
I threw the popcorn, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. Popcorn flies properly good. It's very torque resistant, I feel like. I feel like it's something I can put on Anheuser and trust it to hold over and land flat. Or throw it on a hyzer potentially and have it just kind of slowly stand, but not fully stand, and push to the left. I can see it being used for stable shot shapes. Something where you can play the angles with it. It's not really just throw it on this angle and it does this one thing. It's something you can throw on this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, and get a bunch of different reactions out of it. You see it used for short technical sidearm approach shots as well. The plastic is super glidey and it feels really good. I think the popcorn is properly a good throwing putter. I would compare it as I think it's in between the Envy and the Pure. The Envy has a little bit of fade back to it. I feel like the Pure is straighter and doesn't have really any amount of fade to it. This has the turn of the Envy and the fade of the Pure. That's how I'd compare it.
You could have just said it flies like the Warden.
I don't think it does.
Clash, Berry, a little bit of hyzer.
The Steady Berry. I'm gonna try and throw this on some turn. I'm not gonna try and throw it too hard, but I'm gonna put it on some turn and see how long it'll hold. Berry, baby. Lucid Bounty. $400G M4. C-Line MD3.
Try and throw it flatter on a little hyzer. The Clash Discs Berry and the Steady Plastic, for me it flew very similar to the ESP Buzz. It was a bit more overstable than the M4 and the Bounty, but a bit less stable than the MD3. And it went really far for a mid-range. It went farther than all the other discs, so good straight flying mid-range.
The Steady Berry by Clash Disc, my final thoughts is it's very comparable to an M4, a stable M4. It's more stable than the Bounty, I feel like it has a little bit more turn to it than the Buzz does, but definitely less stable than the MD3 as well. Very, very workable. I can see this being a great woods disc or a backhand turnover top disc.
Alright, so the Berry is a little bit more stable than the Buzz and a little bit less stable than the MD3.
This is the Clash Disc Mint in Steady Plastic. I'm gonna try and throw everything on a little bit of anhyzer. It's a Jokery. I don't remember what plastic. I'll put that here.
Clash discs mint and the Steady Plastic. I'm gonna try and throw this flat or on a slight hyzer.
Clash Mint.
My final thoughts on the Clash Mint. I would compare it to, it flies like a Jokery and a Harp put together, kind of. I would call it a Jokery Pro, maybe. Like, it's just a little bit more stable. The profile and the plastic, it feels similar to the Jokery. It's just a little bit deeper and has a touch more fade to it. I don't think it's very torque resistant. I think it's something to be a little bit better backhand than it will sidearm. Or thrown smoothly. I think it likes to be thrown smooth rather than aggressively hard, but I think it can take some heat at the same time. So in between the Jokery and the Harp for sure.
So my final thoughts on the Clash Discs Mint was that it was a little bit less stable than like the Entropy, Razor Claw 2, and Harp, but it was really glidey and probably a little more overstable than a Jokery. But it went surprisingly far.
Clash Mint, a lot straighter than the other ones. I don't really know how to throw that well, so that's why. Yeah.